All right, girls. So tonight's team call is coming from our girl, Jess. And I am just going to go ahead and mute and let her take it away.
Well, good evening, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name's Jessica, and I've been coaching since June. And so the first thing we're going to do is I want everybody to take out a piece of paper. And on that piece of paper, I want you to write down 5 things that somebody has said something to you that was in a negative manner. And I will give you 5 minutes to do that. About the business, by the way, about coaching. I'll clarify that. If you get done early, let me know, because then I can stop the clock. Is everybody done? Okay. I want you to rip that piece of paper out of your notebook, crumple it up, and throw it away. So now I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes, and I'm going to have you guys write 5 affirmations based off of those negative comments that those people gave you that you can repeat to yourself every day. Oh, you guys all good? You guys all look at me. Okay. All right. So the reason why I did this is because it wasn't too long ago that someone who I respected or respect still came at me with negative comments, questioning me, what I was posting, why I was doing this, my honesty towards the business and to my people. And it made me basically want to stop coaching. It made me want to stop posting. It made me not want to go any farther within Beachbody. It took me probably 6 hours to get out of that after I had conversations with people. But the reason why I'm saying is people are going to have opinions and people are going to say things, but if you feel like what you're doing is the right thing and you don't feel, I mean, you're helping these people, you feel good about it, there's no reason why you shouldn't be posting the way you're posting, or you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, because you're doing things to help people. And I don't want you guys to get put in that position that I was. I don't want people, your family members, your friends, or people that you even don't know come at you like that. And I don't want you to feel that way. So I want you to look at these affirmations anytime something happens with that, and I want you to read them back to yourself. And if that still doesn't help, then you need to lean into the group, because that's exactly what I did. As I leaned into my friends and I leaned into the group, and I told them how I was feeling and why I was feeling it, and it helped me through that. And now I'm back and coming at you stronger than ever. So I just wanted to start with that. Part of the call was going to be objections. So I wanted to start with that type of objection, because I think that's the hardest to come and get over, is when it's somebody that you love and respect and their opinion matters to you, that it's hard for you to not take that lightly. But I also wanted to bring up the other day when I was reading or listening to, what is that book? I always forget what it's called. You're a Badass. And she was saying in the book, when you have people that make you feel like that, but they're hard to, like, you have to be around those negative people. You have to be around those people in your life because they're your family or something like that. You need to control the conversation. So when that conversation steers that way, then you need to make it short and sweet and get it back to something else, or make those interactions with those people, if you can, limited, because those people aren't helping you, they're hurting you. So I just wanted to tell you that. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is customer objections. So we get a lot of customer objections. So what I want you to do is I want you to take a minute, we only need a minute, to write down a customer objection that you get. So if you guys could all write down a common customer objection that you guys get. Has everybody got it? All right. So Corey always says how she likes the feel, felt, found. I like that as well. So I would like you to take your objection, and I'll give you a few minutes. You guys seem to not need 5, but I'll give you a few minutes. If you could write down a feel, felt, found objection, like response to that objection. And then if anybody's brave enough to share, I'd like to hear some sharing on those objections.
Jess, do you want to give an example of what feel, felt, found is, just so those who have never heard it, they understand what that means?
Yes. And I actually was going to give a website, because I was looking the other day and for objections. Thank you, Corey. There's Sarah Robinson has a website where she has a ton of different objections, and it has different examples on how you can respond to those based off using the feel, felt, found method. So I understand how you feel. So-and-so felt the same way. But what she found out by doing this, helped her overcome, whatever the objection was. So does that make sense, or do I need to go in farther with that? Okay. All right. Is anybody willing to share? Anybody brave enough to share? All right, Mindy, go ahead. Tell us what your objection is and then how you respond with your feel, felt, found.
Okay. So my objection is that Shakeology is too expensive. So my response is, I understand exactly how you feel. When I first started, I was hesitant about spending that kind of money on myself too. I felt like as a single mom, I couldn't afford to pay for daily shakes. But what I found was that the shakes cut down on my cravings for sugar. I swapped out my daily Dairy Queen Blizzard for Shakeology. I still got a cool chocolate treat, but I was also treating my body with the nutrition boost that it needed and craved. And that, my friends, is a true freaking story. 100%.
Have you used that before, Mindy, as a response to an objection?
I have before about the not spending money on myself, but not specifically about the blizzards.
Yeah.
I legit would get a blizzard every day after work. Like, I'm not kidding. And then I was like, oh, but I'm getting this chocolate shake. So I'm going to start using it.
Yeah, it's good. It's real. Like it, so it's good. Good job, Mindy. Does anybody else want to share? Anybody? Nobody wants to share? Okay. So when I was looking through, I came from sales. I was in a banking sales, like I was a banker, so I had a sales background. So when I started Beachbody coaching, I had to flip that switch to get out of the sales and more into like the personal part of it. So for me, that was tough because instantly you go to defending and well, this does this and this does that, because that's what you do at the bank. That's how so when I was scrolling through looking for different ideas for objections for feel, felt, found and stuff like that, like I said, sarahrobbins.com came up, and she is a direct marketing person, and she has a lot of different examples on her website, like, I'm so busy, I don't have enough time to do this. And then she responds with a feel, felt, found. I don't have enough money to get started. She responds to a feel, felt, found. So it's actually a very good educational website if you guys want to check it out. And I think she does have podcasts as well, but I'm not 100% on that one. So, but there's like a lot of different type of objections that she has in here that gives a response back to the feel, felt, found. We just have to put our like Beachbody stuff into it. Does anybody have an objection that they keep getting that they don't know how to respond to, that maybe one of us can work through? No? Okay. Well, that's all I have planned, Corey. Sorry, it went fast.
No, that was really good. I love that you used the feel, felt, found. Basically, you're just validating that they feel that way, because we've all felt a certain way, but it's just helping them work through their excuse, because that's essentially what it is, right? Whether it's a money objection, because Lord knows money was my objection, and we still had flat screen TVs and the latest phones when they came out and all the things that we were putting on credit cards at the time, but we weren't investing in our health. Time, there's not a single person on this planet anymore unless you're in the ground that isn't busy. So let's be honest about that. It's not a priority. So it's just helping them work through that and sharing your personal experience with it. It builds a lot of trust too, because when you take the time to validate their feeling and help them work through it, it builds that trust. It's not just a sale. You take that next step. Sure.
And it makes them feel like you're listening to them versus being, excuse me, the automated script sender. You're actually listening to them. Because I remember I was reading on one of the Facebook groups that I'm in for Beachbody, that another Beachbody coach, that this other Beachbody coach messaged was a script, and then like 3 weeks later, the same script came back to that Beachbody coach. She didn't know she was a Beachbody coach, but she just threw it out there like, hey, you guys, you know, this is what I mean by you got to listen to your people. So doing the feel felt found will make your clients feel like you're listening to them. So
For sure.
that's what I've got.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? Super good. Use those affirmations, because you guys, even myself, when Jess was going through what she was sharing that she just went through, I personally was recently going through something as well. And it was somebody who I had considered a really good friend, who actually used to be in this business with me. So it doesn't go away. And the higher you rise, sometimes the more you'll feel, or people will try to pull you back down. It's called the crab effect. If you have not researched it or read about the crab effect, go read about it. It's a real thing. Basically, the reason that crab fishermen can put a pot in the bottom of the ocean floor and just leave the door open is because when they all climb in there to get the bait and the bait's gone, if one tries to escape the open door that's wide open that they could escape and go back out into the ocean, all the other crabs will pull them back into the box, into the crate. So that's what happens. When you start growing and reaching goals that other people wish they had the audacity to do, or had the drive to do, you make them uncomfortable. It has nothing to do with you. So what they're going to do is they're going to belittle your steps forward. They're going to belittle your journey. And maybe you have seen and felt that in your wellness journey. Oh, you can't eat that. Oh, I'm going to take a picture of you while you're eating that and post that on Facebook, or all the things to make you feel like you're doing something wrong. But in reality, it's them being uncomfortable with the fact that they're not taking a step forward for themselves. So lean into those affirmations, and absolutely, like Jess said, lean into the group, because we've all experienced some sort of pushback or negativity. It's just, do you allow yourself to hear it, or you just go, okay, bless and release, love that person, pray for them that they find their happiness in what is their drive, but you keep doing you and being authentic to what you are setting out to do. Okay. So
don't ever question yourself either. Because
nope, same thing I told Jess.
Helping.
If you are happy, your family is happy, and your immediate family, because she's dealing with outside family, right? If your kids are happy and they're taken care of, you and your husband are good and you're happy, you keep freaking going, because nobody else is living the life that you live in your home. As long as your home is happy, that's all you need to be focused on. Okay. Awesome, Jess. That was a great call. Good job leading your first team call, girlfriend. That was amazing. Yeah. Big talking about taking those big steps outside of the comfort zone. Okay, we're going to remember this week that we're going to take a picture. I'm going to do a boomerang. Dawn, Jackie, and Kate. Jackie may be nursing, so she might not want to show us her face. But if you girls can show, yes, then we'll get you in on the picture. Jackie, we totally get it if you've got baby Joey with you. All right, we're gonna boomerang. Awesome. All right, girls, I'm gonna stop recording.